How's it going, everyone? This is Samir from PSR, and welcome to another video on my 23 Honda Civic Type R. In this video, I'm actually going to be showing you how to install a set of mirror caps. In this case, a set of carbon fiber mirror caps. These are full replacement caps. They are not stick-ons. And the procedure for this should be the same across all 2022 plus Honda Civics and 2023 plus Acura Integras because they share the same mirror caps. So let's just get right into it. As you guys may know, I already have a set of carbon fiber caps on here, but unfortunately my driver's side one has started to delaminate a little bit. You can see here, there's essentially a carbon fiber layer which goes on top of the base, which is made of plastic. And you can see here it's separated a bit. And you know, I've tried to fix it a couple different ways, but frankly it's just gonna be easier to replace it, and it's gonna look much cleaner in the end. So here we go. The process, you know, for removing the carbon fiber caps is the same as removing the OEM cap, so no worries there. In this video, we're going to be working on the driver's side mirror cap. The procedure is the same for both sides, so no reason to show both. It's really quite a simple process. First and foremost, I like to, you know, fold the mirror in this way, just to keep it nice and stable because we are going to be pushing in this direction. The first thing you want to do is remove the glass. So the simplest way to do that is to push it all the way to the top like this, just enough for you to sort of squeeze your fingers underneath. Then put most of your fingers here underneath to pull towards you, put your thumbs in the center and just apply pressure and you'll start hearing a series of clicks. Okay, come a little bit quicker than you'd expect, but I feel like there's generally 4 clicks. At this point, you can go ahead and remove the glass, but frankly, I just don't even bother. I just leave it hanging right here. Obviously, you want to make sure it doesn't come into contact with the body of the car. What I often do is I either place, some masking tape on the body of the car or microfiber towels, whatever you can, just protect the paint. But it's just easier, I find, to leave it right here. Now that we got the easiest part of this process out of the way, let's get to the most difficult part. So essentially in here, you're gonna have 2 tabs that need to be popped out almost simultaneously. You'll have one right here where I'm pointing, right there, and the second one is right here. Now, it helps if you have someone to help you out with this, of course, but I am here alone. So what I often do is in one hand, I'll have a flathead screwdriver pushing up against this one, while simultaneously in the other hand, another screwdriver pushing up against that one. And then once you hear them pop out together, then you should be good to go. Let's see how many attempts this takes us. Now the way these tabs are set up is that they're intended to be pushed upward a bit. Now, in my case, I'm not terribly concerned with the idea of breaking the clips on my mirror cap because this one is, you know, going in the garbage anyway. But obviously in your case, you more than likely don't want to break it. You might want to keep it to sell or to put back if you don't end up liking the carbon fiber one, etc. At this point I can see that it's clearly coming out a little bit because there's a tiny gap between the cap and the base mirror, but still going to take a little bit of elbow grease. Aha! That's exactly what you want to hear. So there we go. As you can see, it pops right out of place like that. Looks like there's still a little bit of attachment over here. Frankly, I didn't expect it to pop out this much. That's usually what the next step entails. What you do is you sort of grab the mirror with one hand on either side and sort of just push forward one strong time. But it didn't really give me the opportunity this time. I'm actually going to turn it very carefully, acknowledging the glass right here. I'm just going to rest it right in here so it doesn't touch the body. Oh, okay, I guess it was just a bad angle. It sort of popped out on its own just now, nice and easy. All right, guys, here's the new mirror cap. As you can see, it's nicely put together. It's had PPF on it now for a couple of months because I've been sitting on it for a while, just too busy to get to it, but here we are. Show you the tabs I was talking about. One is right here and the other is right here. And in addition, you have these 2 bits of plastic that the tabs on the actual mirror base will connect to. And those are essentially the 4 points you want to focus on. Okay, guys, one more thing. You see this piece right here? This is going to insert down here. So this is the slot here I'm talking about. It looks like, on the OEM mirror cap, there's another, tab that's going to go into this slot here. This one doesn't appear to have one of those, which shouldn't be an issue. I know for a fact that the OEM mirror caps have more clips, so it doesn't bother me. These have been on here with fewer clips for, like I said, 6 months, and they haven't come off or anywhere close, so we should be good to go. So it helps to start from the bottom, just slide the clip in, and then from there you would like, if you can, to get one fluid motion done to get the side clips and these top clips on or connected all at the same time. So it looks like I got the ones on the side and the bottom, and now it looks like there's still a little bit of a gap here. What I kind of do with that is I just hit fairly gently until everything sort of clips into place. Sometimes it knocks it out of place, as you can see, but that's better than the alternative, which is you get one or two of these in place and then don't get the sides or the bottom clips into place, and now you can't do that without removing the mirror cap again, which, as I showed you, is a tedious process. But it looks like these are, for the most part, on. I'm just gonna do that again. Alrighty. There we go, nice and simple. And now, I've seen a lot of people reinstall the glass in a complicated way. There's a real simple way to do it. So what you do is, just sort of, there's effectively 5 connections. There's this piece here, which connects to God knows where in there. So guys, in looking at the glass now that it's off, I have realized exactly what's making the popping noises. It's not these 4 pieces that I was referring to earlier, which go into these respective holes. It's actually these dual clips on the top, bottom, left, and right. These 2, for example, grasp the top and bottom of this side of the white piece, and then the bottom ones grasp the bottom 2. So a good way to go about reinstalling the glass without overcomplicating matters is you just eye the bottom ones and just pop them on. So from here, I can see through here that the 2 top tab pieces are going to go on top of this guy. The thing is, they don't like to cooperate, so you often have to push it up like this and then push it into place. Now we got the top and bottom. To get the left, just tilt it all the way to the left and push in right here, and then go all the way to the right and push in, and there we go. Now we got all 4 pieces in. And obviously a good way to make sure you have it in there is to get in your car and test the adjustment function and make sure that they're actually working properly. All right, there's left and right, down and up. So those work just fine. And there you have it, fully installed. So the OEM cap would normally line up right with it, but it actually makes sense that it sticks out a little bit because, as I was saying, you essentially have a plastic portion down here, which, I would assume is taken probably from one of these Civics, not necessarily from a Type R, but from a Civic or an Integra, and then this carbon fiber piece is molded onto it. That's what I believe happens. And further evidence of that, of course, is on top. As you can see, normally this would be flush as well with the OEM mirror cap. Of course, I don't have my mirror cap on my OEM one, so I can't show you that. But you can see there's a slight lip, which if you're looking for OEM exact fitment, these might not be the way to go. But frankly, I think they look really good, and from pretty much every angle, they look OEM plus. In fact, on the Integra, the 23 plus Integras, Acura offers, I believe, for $550 or $600 or something like that, like 3M stick-on genuine carbon fiber caps, which frankly, the fitment on those, at least on the Type S's that I've seen, is not the best. For example, I saw one set on a white Integra Type S, and there you could see, a strip of white paint along here. So it didn't fully cover up the base mirror cap. So you can see all this carbon fiber with a bit of body colored paint there. Now, for purposes of the Type R, which has only black mirror caps from the factory, you could probably get away with it because you won't really notice the black. But I just prefer to have a proper replacement solution as opposed to a stick-on solution. That's just me. And frankly, these, they're really good quality. This one obviously here was an anomaly because my passenger side one has worked just fine. I've had it on there for 6+ months, and You can see here, the fitment is just as good as on the other side. I've had absolutely no issues with it, and they look great. Now let's just talk about these mirror caps a little bit. So I purchased these from kingofcarbonfiber.com. They, held up extraordinarily well outside of this one being an anomaly. This one, has been on the car for over 6 months, as the other one has, but this one's been on here with no issues at all. And they look good, they feel good. It's genuine carbon fiber, at least on top. Obviously it has a plastic layer, not that you can tell once they're installed on the car. It's a really good, frankly cheap solution because they only cost $110. In fact, if you go onto the King of Carbon Fiber website, you'll see that as the default photo for the listing, it's my car with this exact mirror cap on it. So that's pretty cool. little feature there. Thank you very much, King of Carbon Fiber. But yeah, for $110, you absolutely can't go wrong. And frankly, compared to the $550, $600 option you can get directly from Acura/Honda, it's a no-brainer in my eyes. Alright guys, that's another video for the books. I really appreciate you watching. I really hope the video ended up being helpful and informative and showed you that, even though it's easier with 2 people, 2 sets of hands, it's certainly possible to install these caps on your own, more than possible, and it's certainly a worthwhile upgrade for the money and for the time it takes to actually do the installation. Again, no complaints. I already have these PPF'd. If anything changes as to the condition of either of these mirrors, I'll certainly let you all know. But frankly, because that one's been on there for over 6 months without issue, I suspect the bad one that I just replaced was an anomaly. And frankly, I got this one replaced for free from King of Carbon Fiber. They helped me right out. And so at this time, like I said, no complaints. Thank you guys again for watching. And stay tuned for another video on the Type R and then some.